My blessings came late in life. Uh, Now, the whole time through the adversity, God was doing for me what I couldn't do for myself. But, we weren't really taught anything. Growing up in the 80s, all we were taught about was be famous, be rich, be successful. I can't remember ever once someone saying, hey, it's okay just to be a normal guy and, be in your community, be a good person. That's all that matters. No one ever said that. It was always, you got to be more than, you got to be greater than, you got to be the biggest, the baddest, the best. My father used to look at me and say, I want to see you make something of yourself. Well, the way I interpreted that was I got to be successful, whatever the fuck that was. And then when I did achieve success, nobody was happy for me. They were just jealous that it was me and not them. So, uh, growing up, we weren't really taught anything about mental health. It was never mentioned, ever. If you had an issue, they called you a retard or crazy. And nobody wanted to be called a crazy retard. Nobody. It was a terrible thing to say. It was a terrible thing to hear. And you just acted like everything was great. Of course, I was having issues all through school. And when I went to college, I started experiencing mania and clinical mania, the kind of mania that needs to be treated. And, it turned out that I had problems that I didn't know a person could have. I had what they call post-traumatic stress disorder. I had been through so much violence that my brain didn't work right. My mind was all fucked up. And that was an issue. Bipolar disorder, it ran in the line. I think both my folks had it. Dad had it real bad, um, and I had it too. Of course, I didn't start getting treatment until I had ruined everything. And of course, I was an alcoholic. And when you're a kid in health class in the 7th grade and they're talking all about sexual health, sexual reproduction, and all the kids are laughing because they're using anatomical words, and that was in the early 90s, and they try to warn you of the dangers of drugs, and this is crack, this is weed, this is heroin. Of course, back then, weed wasn't legal, and uh, fentanyl hadn't come out yet. So I guess crack was probably the most dangerous thing. I don't even know if crystal had come out yet. Maybe it was starting to. I don't know. So it was never my intention to get addicted to drugs. I never had a desire to drink a beer, but then in college, sophomore year, I had my first glass of wine. And it went down like liquid candy. It was just the greatest thing I'd ever experienced. And it was followed by a delectable experience with my professor that I didn't count on, and that initiated me into the world of sex and alcohol. And next thing I knew, my life changed. The aim of my life changed. And the consequences were very severe. It would take a little while for those consequences to really kick in. But when I fell off the cliff, and I fell off the cliff when I lost the power of choice, when I was no longer able to make a decision to not drink or not smoke pot. When I had to smoke, when I had to drink, that's when I was in trouble. And And that's when I fell off the cliff. And when I came crashing down on the rocks, and it was like that line from Jethro Tull where he says, "Old Charlie stole the handle, no way to slow down." How does it go? Old Charlie stole the handle of the train. I forgot the lyric, but it was the loss of everything. I lost things that I didn't know a person could lose. I didn't know you could lose your very grip on reality. I didn't know you could lose your will to live. Of course, looking back, I realized this is all classic bipolar disorder. The mania, the depression, the psychosis, it's all thoroughly understood. But back then, I didn't know shit. So now, fast forward, I'm 47. I'm on medication. It works. My health is pretty good. I eat healthy. There's no drama. There's no chaos. The family members who used to abuse me, I don't see them anymore. I don't talk to them anymore. They don't talk to me. I don't talk to them. It's over. My father will probably be dead in the next 5 years if he makes it that long. My guess is probably no one will tell me when he's gone. And I certainly won't be at a deathbed or a funeral. So things, when things started twisting off for the worse in the late 80s, I was a kid. My dad started using real heavy. And he just started going down the scale. And he stayed down there. He never made it back up. He was a disgruntled Vietnam veteran. There was something about that war that really fucked the veterans up. Maybe worse than other wars, perhaps. Maybe it had something to do with the nature of the fighting. I don't know. The nature of the casualties. But my blessings are coming now. Every day that I'm at peace and there's no drama, there's no bullshit, there's no chaos, there's no crisis. The AC comes on, the bills get paid, there's, fresh groceries to eat and clean clothes to wear and a nicely made bed and a calm house. I don't need a lot of space. I'm just one guy living alone. I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. The thought of a wife sounds like a real drag to me. I couldn't stand being around a female for more than a couple hours. If we're fucking maybe 3 or 4 hours, I'd be okay. I could handle 3 hours, but certainly not 5. So, count me out for domesticity and living with people. I can't stand people. I fucking hate people. People are like cockroaches to me. I feel happiest when I'm away from everybody. Just get the fuck away from me. Don't say nothing to me. Don't look at me. Don't touch me. Just fuck off. Everybody fuck off. Unless I want to fuck with you, and then it's all good. But I'm just all about my boundaries today. This is why I understand cats real well. Cats are real firm on their boundaries. I understand them. I'm the same way. I used to think I was a dog person, but really I'm a cat person because I understand them. So, yeah, life's starting to come together now, but it just, I had to learn some shit about wellness. And unfortunately, we grow up in this, to quote the Rolling Stones, I was born in a crossfire hurricane. I wasn't born, to well-adjusted people. They didn't know anything. All my dad knew how to do was get high and go to work. All my stepmom knew how to do was be a paralegal, get high, and go to rock concerts and have a good time. All my mom knew how to do was drink and throw a cocktail party. I guess it's a useful skill, but I need something else. And that's what I'm working on today is, doing the right thing, living well.